Soon after, Ne Win was deposed by a group of his own officers, who then formed the terrifying State Law and Order Restoration Council, or SLORC, to continue their brutal military rule. One of the witnesses, 88 uprising, was Da Aung San Suu Kyi, daughter of General Aung San, who had returned to Rangoon from her home in England to care for her ailing mother. Shocked by what she saw happening, she joined together with other activists, politicians, and ex-army officers to form the National League for Democracy, or NLD, a political party that could press the government for the democratic reforms and elections that the people were demanding. The Chinese pro-democracy uprising at Tiananmen Square in the following year brought international pressure to bear on Burma as well. In May of 1990, the military regime allowed the people to vote for representatives to form a new parliament, confident that their control of the media, the economy, and all public institutions would give their political arm, the National Unity Party, a substantial victory. But the following morning, the whole country learned that the NLD had won a landslide victory of over 80% of the vote. This was, of course, intolerable to the dictators, who reacted by suspending the election and arresting the elected parliamentarians. The following years were chaotic and desperate. Facing arrest and prison, many members of parliament fled to the Thai border for safety. The universities were closed, and secret police were jailing anyone who dared to speak out. The ongoing military battles in the hill regions against the poorly equipped ethnic tribes were intensified. Horror stories of burning villages, abductions, rapes, and murders throughout the countryside made it into the international press, resulting in widespread condemnation of the regime by the US, Japan, Europe, and the United Nations. During this time, the flood of refugees across the border into Thailand began in earnest. Currency inflation, reduced funding for public health and education, and rampant corruption and abuse at all levels of government collapsed, and what was left of the country's economic and social infrastructure. Ethnic villagers running from marauding soldiers, political activists looking for a place to build the resistance, and, above all, hundreds of thousands of workers and farmers unable to make a living in their own country. All of them surged into Thailand. For the past 20 years, the unstable situation on the Burma-Thai border has been a direct result of the political and economic oppression by Burma's military regime. Refugees,